Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of Monday News with Britt and Joe.
So my first story today is about this waitress who she was waiting tables and she overheard, like, a group of girls came in and she overheard one of the girls saying that she was 14 weeks along. So she assumed she meant 14 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
And then they were ordering drinks. So she went to the bartender and she was like, switch this girl's drinks to virgin drinks, because she didn't want to give a pregnant girl alcoholic drinks. So she switched all of her drinks to virgin drinks. She only got like a couple drinks, so it wasn't a big deal. And the girl didn't notice. I think the first one she got was alcoholic, but then the two after that were virgin. So she goes and gives them their check and everything, splits the check up, and that girl comes up to the bar and she's like, what does this receipt mean? And she hands them the receipt and they say virgin. So the waitress has to explain, oh, it's their virgin drinks, like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but like I switched your drinks to virgin drinks because I heard you saying that you were 14 weeks along. And the girl was like really mad about it.
Oh no.
And she went and talked to a manager and ended up like not having to pay for it or whatever. But also I was thinking, virgin drinks are way cheaper than alcoholic drinks. So did she really think the girl wouldn't notice, or was she planning on charging her for alcoholic drinks and then just giving her virgin drinks, you know?
Right. Wait, so was she pregnant?
I don't know. This story went viral because the waitress posted it on r/am I an asshole or am I the asshole, like some Reddit page. And apparently it went viral and people were like really mad about it. Like pregnant people were saying, oh, like you can't, society has an opinion on everything I do as a pregnant woman, like.
Everybody knows you can't drink alcohol. 1 glass of wine is what you're like allowed per day or whatever.
Well, and then some people were saying like, oh, she could have been 14 weeks along on a new diet or something. But like, that's true, but also I don't think most people
they don't word it like that.
Yeah, that's a weird way to word anything.
They would say they're 3 months in.
Yeah. Like,
right?
I don't think I've ever said I'm 14 weeks along on anything.
No, if you did, I'd be like, oh my God, thinking you were having a baby.
That would be that is possible, but it would be really weird. But people were like really mad at her. Like most people disagreed with what she did.
And you know, they say that from like weeks 10 to 18, some people say, some people don't. Those are like the most crucial weeks for the development of your baby.
Yeah, and you know what? I honestly, like, it wasn't the waitress's, like, place, but as someone who took Parenthood Ed in school and had to watch, like, videos about fetal alcohol syndrome, I totally understand it because that is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Like, we had to watch videos about, like, babies addicted to drugs and all that. The fetal alcohol syndrome was the worst.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it was awful. And it reminded me of when I was waitressing, we had this pregnant woman come in. We were having like a party, and I was waitressing in the front, so I wasn't working the party. But like when I was in the kitchen, I heard the other waitresses talking about some pregnant woman, and I'm like, what's going on with her? And she was pregnant, like visibly like 7-8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And come to find out, she's been ordering drinks all night. And they can't tell her no, you know, like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And she was like wasted. And finally,
are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding at all. She was like wasted, which this place that I worked, like people didn't get wasted there, you know, like they drank, but it was like classy. So she was like wasted, walking around this party, like drinking. And finally the owner was like, okay, we need to cut her off. Like, what is going on? So she got mad because the owner was like, hey, you know, we can't keep giving you drinks. Like, he went over and talked to her or whatever. And she got upset and was like, her and her group of friends were like, we're leaving, blah, 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 whatever. So they go out front and we're watching them through the windows. And she's like wasted. It's the middle of the day and there's like cars parked out front. and she squats down in between two cars and just pees right in the main road of this town.
What?
It was insane.
Oh my goodness.
So we're just watching her and we're like, what is going on? It was one of the weirdest waitressing experiences I've ever dealt with.
And like, okay, say she didn't want to be pregnant, she's giving it up for adoption, blah, blah, blah. You're still harming that baby. How could you ever feel it was okay to harm an innocent little baby?
Yeah, I mean, and you would be surprised, like, waitressing, you see a lot of people do, like, crappy things to their kids. Like, more than you would expect.
Yeah.
And you, like, usually you can't say anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, because you'll get in trouble.
Well, even just, I worked at a gas station for many years, even just seeing people come in there, like, it was appalling sometimes. I was glad it was just a gas station so that they were in and out. That way I didn't have to, like, relish in the moment or whatever.
Yeah.
So my story, it went viral because people are saying that it either is like Final Destination or was actually in one of the Final Destination movies. I didn't get too deep in it, but I think it is in one of the movies.
I'm
Okay.
already excited because I love those movies.
Yeah, so I watched the video yesterday, and at first you're like, oh man, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, and you almost want to cry because you know that was rough. So these people are driving down a highway in New Jersey, and they start filming because there is a tire rolling down the road at like 70 miles an hour, just one tire. It's going, it bounces a few times, and they're filming, like keeping up with it. Okay, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So then the tire bounces and it gets up onto the guardrail, bounces, rolls, and flies over and hits head on in a Jeep. Totally like crushes the Jeep because the tire's going this way, the Jeep was coming this way, the people filming were going this way, you know?
Yeah.
And so John Rice is the guy's name. He was the driver of the Jeep that the tire actually crashed into. He said that tire actually clipped his wife's vehicle, which was traveling in front of him, before it smashed into his Jeep. Here's a quote, "Out of nowhere, a tire jumps across the median from the opposite direction into our side of the roadway. Didn't notice at the time, but it struck the rear of my wife's car and came directly toward the front of my Jeep." So it like totally smashed his Jeep up, and the state troopers say that the tire appears to have come from a dump truck. And they're still investigating because apparently the dump truck didn't know they lost a tire.
What? Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
Yeah, like you got to look up the video because like it was freaky. Like I thought that person died.
Yo creo que no vale.
Espérate.
Oh,
Oh, oh, oh, oh, oh, oh.
Mari, dale, loco.
Like it was a bad.
And they were good?
Yeah, they were all right.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
And the person filming, they were just acting like nonchalant about it, as if it were like, you know, a cool car driving next to them, not a stray tire.
They probably didn't realize like how serious it was, you know?
Mhm.
Like that's like when kids throw stuff off from overpasses.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't think they think they're gonna like kill someone. I think they think that they're just like gonna screw up someone's car or something. But like no, that like
Yeah.
there's people I've read in the news that there's a lot of people that have died from that.
Yeah, here in Michigan, downstate,
Frozen turkey?
No, kids were throwing bricks off an overpass, and it went through a lady's windshield and like hit her in the face.
See, I'm pretty sure I saw one too that somewhere in Michigan, a lady was driving and she got hit with a frozen turkey and it smashed through her window and killed her.
Oh my, can you
Or
imagine
maybe it
death by
didn't kill her. I
turkey?
think it might have just screwed her up really bad. But
Yeah.
like a frozen turkey or a brick, like those things weigh a lot, you know?
Yeah,
Especially if you're throwing them like over an overpass and then the car is going like 70 miles per hour.
it's the velocity that makes the difference because I was in the back seat of my dad's truck when I was like 10 or 11, and we were driving 55 mile an hour, and there was a school bus going the opposite way, the same speed, and one of the students on the school bus threw a banana out the window, like tossed it, and it shattered my dad's mirror on the truck. And it was really scary. He slammed on the brakes and whipped around and followed that bus all the way back to the school. And he like jumped out and went up to the bus driver, and then we just seen a kid running as fast as he could. And he knew, like,
Oh, I'm sure he saw your dad whip around and got so scared.
yeah, we were scared.
Yeah, like people don't think about it like that, but
It was just a banana.
yeah, you wouldn't think that a banana would,
Mhm.
cause that much damage, but when you're going that fast,
Yeah. And so a tire at 70 miles an hour.
especially
Yeah.
a dump truck tire.
Yeah.
Okay, so this story is a continuation of a story that we've been talking about for a few episodes.
Oh, cool.
The Area 51, Storm Area 51, that thing. Well, there's this guy in Florida who's been selling alien abduction insurance for like years and years now. Like that's what he's been doing for a long time. But how many people are getting alien abduction insurance, Like I'm not even sure what that covers, like your therapy afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing, if you get abducted by aliens, either you go missing forever or you're missing for a few days and then like
You're weird.
you're weird.
You got 3 little dots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they like ruin your house or wreck your car or anything. Like I'm not sure what the insurance will cover, but apparently he's been doing this for a long time and he is making loads of money now because of
What?
the Area 51 stuff. He, I guess that the policies offer you an $8 million payout. But I'm like, it doesn't even make sense
How does
because,
he even have that much money?
and it doesn't make sense because like when you get in a car accident, if you want to claim it on your insurance, you have to like prove, whatever. You have to like go through and prove that you got in an accident or else it's insurance fraud. So how are these people going to prove that they got abducted by aliens?
They're going to have a video of them at Area 51. They're going to take their cell phones and be like, hey, your insurance man, just letting you know I am actually here.
But I mean, they're gonna have to like record themselves in the spaceship. You know? Like, or maybe they'll take a lie detector test because there are people who have been abducted by aliens that have like passed lie detector tests about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says more than 6,000 people have taken out alien abduction policies, each worth the equivalent of $8 million in compensation. The bizarre deal provided St. Lawrence Agency in Altamont Springs, Florida, promises clients cover for supernatural sites such as Area 51.
Oh my gosh.
It offers coverage for a one-off fee of $24.95, in which they will mail a paper copy of the certificate in a frame. Digital copies cost $19.95. But there's one catch in the small print. They will only pay $1 per year over 10 to 20 million year period. Over a 10 to 20 million year period.
Wait. This sounds really
I
confusing.
don't understand this at all. So
I'm sitting here trying to do all this math in my head and I'm like, what?
basically, it's like more of a. It sounds like it's more like just a cool thing to do. So you pay $24.95 and you get a little certificate that says alien abduction insurance, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And then they offer an $8 million compensation package, but they'll only pay you $1 per year over a 10 to 20 million year period. So like
10 to 20 million year period?
So it's like just a more of a thing to do to get the certificate.
Yeah, it's like
Because
if you live for eternity, then you might make your money.
yeah, so I mean like I don't know, I guess they must be making money off from it though. They had 6,000 people do it.
Okay, well, $24.99 times 6,000. Let's do this. Let's print out certificates for people and pay them $1 a year for 10 years.
Yeah.
This sounds like a great moneymaker.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure that like not many people are getting the $1 a year because they'd have to prove that they were
Yeah, you gotta
abducted.
claim it. Oh my god.
And then your alien insurance will go up.
Be on the lookout for our new website of alien certificates.
Yeah.
$16.99.
Cheaper than that, guys.
That's right.
He said that the surge in interest comes from the Facebook page urging people to storm Area 51. So basically, he just got lucky because he's been doing this for a while, and I'm sure that, you know, he's had like some big alien conspirators or whatever by it. But now it's like people are really like worried. They're like, oh shoot, we need to get that alien abduction insurance.
Well, they must not have looked into it very well.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that they're just doing it as
Yeah.
like a troll or whatever.
A spoof.
So he says, I don't want to try to rip somebody off. The people that come to me, if I think they don't understand the terms and conditions, that this is tongue in cheek, I won't sell to them. So he's saying like, it's like
It's not a scam.
sarcastic coverage. Like it's a joke. Like it's supposed to be silly.
Okay.
So he says that basically if someone comes to him and they're like serious, like if they're actually worried about being abducted and they're like really serious about it, he won't give it to them. So at least he's not like a scam artist. you
Yeah.
know?
Scumbag.
He claims that 2 people have submitted claims so far, with one even submitting a Polaroid photograph of the suspected alien. Okay, this is a quote from him. He said, I said we were going to waive the signature and we started paying him $1 a year for 10 years before we lost contact with him.
Oh no.
When I started, most people thought it was completely absurd, and today I'd say 50% of the people think it's a possibility.
Wow.
So people have actually made claims, and he has actually paid them. You know,
Well, yeah.
until they like went MIA on him. So he's living up to his word.
That's awesome.
So apparently you don't need anything too crazy to like prove it.
A Polaroid. I mean, you can't really Photoshop a Polaroid unless it's you know on your phone, but like in your hand.
But look at the Polaroid.
Oh, gotcha. It's nothing.
It's like,
Squiggles.
but so like, if you paid $25 for it, it would only take you 25 years until you're making money.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
there's that.
Start when you're young, guys. So I'm sure you guys have all seen some of the Kyle memes, which are pretty funny. You know,
Yeah.
they drink Monster, punch holes in the walls, and everything. Well, this 16-year-old named Kyle just won the Fortnite World Cup solo finals. He won first place, and his prize, $3 million.
He's like the ultimate Kyle.
Yeah. And now he has $3 million to go buy new flat bills and new Monster flavors,
Monster Energy for life.
pay for the holes in his mom's walls.
Yeah, get some drywall.
Today's the day, he tweeted right before the tournament. And once he won, he followed it up with, today was indeed the day. He got a golden trophy, his tweets went viral, and he is now officially the best Fortnite player in the world.
Oh, I wonder what Ninja thinks about that.
Who's Ninja?
Ninja, he's like the biggest Twitch streamer ever. He plays Fortnite.
Oh,
He's the guy, if you saw on New Year's Eve, they were like in Times Square, and he was talking and he was telling everyone to floss, and literally the entire crowd of people was just standing still, and he's like, come on guys, floss, let's floss, you know, and then the camera panned to the crowd, and they're like a bunch of like 30-year-old adults like, what?
well, yeah, I mean, on New Year's, I don't even think I knew what flossing was yet.
See, and I was there too. That was when I was in New York, and
Yeah.
literally it was like raining. It was disgusting
No
outside.
one wants to floss in those conditions.
Those people looked so miserable.
You know what? I bet Kyle would have.
Oh yeah.
I bet he would
I
have
think there was
flossed.
like a couple people in the crowd flossing, and I'm like, the other people, because you know, by the time you save up enough money to like go to New Year's Eve in Times Square, you're like an adult. You
Yeah.
know? You're not gonna be like a teenager doing that.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure most of the people were just like, shut up.
I've tried. I can't do it.
I don't think I can either. I don't think I've ever really tried.
Like I can do this one, kind of okay. I forget what it's called, but the floss, I don't even know how you guys are making your bodies move like that.
I might be able to do the Carlton dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
that's
do
in
that.
Fortnite.
I can do the Superman from Soldier Boy.
Oh
Or
yeah.
the crank that, whatever you call it. I can do that whole dance. So it doesn't say what he's planning to do with the money, but what it says is the $30 million in prizes won by various teenagers in this Fortnite challenge may make some parents reconsider berating their kids for sitting around playing Fortnite all day.
Yeah, did you say 30 million?
Yeah, spread out between, you know, like all of the top, how many ever. $30 million was awarded to these like teenagers and kids, and
That's so insane.
like Fortnite's not even a good game.
No,
though.
that's what I was just gonna say. I didn't want to like piss anybody off, but like Fortnite sucks.
Like-
I've watched it and it looks stupid.
We like to play games, but that's like one that's just, it's past our generation. Like we can't get into
Well,
it.
you know what? Alex has a game in VR that's like similar to Fortnite. Like you fly into an island and then you get dropped off. I can't remember the name of it, but anyone who plays video games probably knows it. But you fly into an island and you get dropped off, you parachute down, and then you gotta go find a gun and like, you know, and then the map gets smaller and smaller until there's like only one person left, you know?
Oh.
And that's like how Fortnite is, but in
Oh.
Fortnite you have to build and you wear like
Yeah.
weird outfits and stuff. Like,
I tried to watch my nephew play it and I get a headache because he's like just building as he's running and I'm like, what?
yeah, and see, like that game that I played, it was okay. It was like all right to play like for a minute. Like I had fun I played it like with 2 rounds and I sucked. I held a gun. I couldn't figure out how to load the gun because you have to hold. It's really weird in VR, but Fortnite looks really lame.
Yeah. But congratulations to the winners of the millions of dollars.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's lame or not. Like, think about like most people's jobs are a lot lamer.
Yeah.
So if you're making $3 million off from it, then do you. Like,
yeah, but
good for you.
don't just sit around and keep playing. Like take that million and go like build an empire. Like do something good with the money.
Go invest in stocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like crypto or something. Go invest in something though. You know?
Put it to a good cause. Just, you know, do something good, Kyle.
Give it to us. We could really use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't waste it on dumb stuff. Because you know, that's what they say is like, you're actually worse off if you win the lotto. Because, like statistically speaking, people who win the lotto within like the next 5 to 10 years are usually broke. Like worse than they were before. Hopefully this kid has like good parents and hopefully they, you know, teach him right how to deal with it.
Right.
Okay guys, thanks for watching and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would do with $3 million. And stick around for our next Monday news.
Or our next skit.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.